Jyoti Lakshmi. Check the registration. Registration group should not get filled. What is the shloka today? ये हो गया. And death. 58. Hastau cha nirabhidhetam balam tabhyam tata swara padau cha nirabhidhetam gatistabhyam tato harihi Hastau cha nirabhidhetam balam tabhyam tata swara padau cha nirabhidhetam gatistabhyam tato harihi
Astocha nirabhidyetam bhavyam tata swara Astocha nirabhidyetam Istavyam tato hari Astocha nirabhidyetam Balam tabhyam tata swara padau cha nirabhidyetam gatistabhyam tato hari Astocha nirabhidyetam balam tabhyam tata swara padau cha nirabhidyetam gatistabhyam tato hari Astocha nirabhidyetam balam tabhyam tata swara Astocha nirabhidyetam gatistabhyam tato hari
Hastau, the two hands. Cha, and nirabhidyetam, were manifested. Balam, power. Tabhyam, from them. Tataha, thereafter. Swara, Lord Indra. Padau, the two feet. Cha, and nirabhidyetam, became manifested. Gatihi, the process of movement. Tabhyam, from them. Tataha, then. Harihi, Lord Vishnu. Thereafter, the two hands, the universal form of the Lord, became manifested with them to power of grasping and dropping things. And after the Lord Indra appeared. Next, the leg became manifested with them the process of movement. And after the Lord Vishnu appeared. Thereafter, the two hands, the universal form of the Lord, became manifested. With them, the power of grasping and dropping things. And after that, Lord Indra appeared. Next, the legs became manifested. And with them, the process of movement. And after that, Lord Vishnu appeared. Oh. Nadivasya nirabhidyanta tabhyo lohitam avritam nadyastataha samabhavam udaram nirabhidyata. Nadayaha, the veins, asya, of the universal form, nirabhidyanta, became manifested. Tabhyaha, from them, lohitam, blood, avritam, was produced. Nadyaha, the rivers, tataha, from that, samabhavan, appeared. Udaram, the stomach, nirabhidyata, become manifested. The veins of the universal body became manifested, and thereafter the red corpuscles, the blood. In their wake came the rivers, the deity presiding over veins, and then appeared the abdomen. Yes, Supriya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Purport by Sri Vangelis, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Blood veins are compared to rivers. When the veins were manifested in the universal form, the rivers in the various planets were also manifested. The controlling deity of the rivers is also the controlling deity of the nervous system. In Ayurvedic treatment, those who are suffering from the disease of nervous instability are recommended to take a bath by dipping into a flowing river. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Shud pipase tata syatam samudras tu etayorabhu athasya hridayam bhinnam hridayatmana utitam. Shud pipase, hunger and thirst, tataha, then syatam, appeared, samudraha, the ocean, tu, then etayoho, in their way, abhut, appeared, atha, then asya, of the universal form, hridayam, a heart, bhinnam, appeared, hridayat, from the heart, manaha, the mind, uditam, appeared. Next, you feeling of hunger and thirst, in the wake come the manifestation of the oceans. Then the heart became manifest, and in the wake of the heart, the mind appeared.
Purport. The ocean is considered to be the presiding deity of the abdomen, where the feelings of hunger and thirst originate. When there is an irregularity in hunger and thirst, one is advised, according to Ayurvedic treatment, to take bath in the ocean.
Manas Chandra Mahajato Buddhir Giram Patihi Ahankara Sato Rudraha Chittam Chaitya Sato Abhava. Manasaha, from the mind, Chandra Maha, the moon, Jataha, appeared, Buddhihi, intelligence, Buddhihi, from intelligence, Girampatihi, the Lord of speech, Brahma, Ahankaraha, false ego, Tataha, then Rudraha, Lord Shiva, Chittam, consciousness, Chaityaha, the deity presiding over consciousness. Tataha, then Avavat appeared. After the mind, the moon appeared, the intelligence appeared next, and after intelligence, the Lord Brahma appeared. Then the false ego appeared, and then Lord Shiva, and then after appearance of Lord Shiva came consciousness and deity presiding over consciousness. After the mind, the moon appeared. Intelligence appeared next. And after intelligence, Lord Brahma appeared. Then false ego appeared, and the Lord Shiva. And after appearance of Lord Shiva came consciousness and the deity presiding over consciousness.
Purport. The moon appeared after the appearance of mind, and this indicates that the moon is the presiding deity of mind. Similarly, Lord Brahma, appearing after intelligence, is the presiding deity of intelligence, and Lord Shiva, who appears after false ego, is the presiding deity of false ego. In other words, it is indicated that the moon god is in the mode of goodness, whereas Lord Brahma is in the mode of passion and Lord Shiva is in the mode of ignorance. The appearance of consciousness after the appearance of false ego indicates that from the beginning, material consciousness is under the mode of ignorance, and that one therefore has to purify himself by purifying his consciousness. This purificatory process is called Krishna consciousness. As soon as the consciousness is purified, the false ego disappears. Identification of the body with the self is called false identification or false ego. Lord Chaitanya confirms this in his Shikshashtaka. He states that the first result of chanting the Maha Mantra Hare Krishna is that dirt is cleared from the consciousness or the mirror of mind, and then at once the blazing fire of material existence is over. The blazing fire of material existence is due to false ego. But as soon as the false ego is removed, one can understand his real identity. At that point, he is actually liberated from the clutches of Maya. As soon as one is freed from the clutches of false ego, his intelligence also becomes purified, and then his mind is always engaged upon the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Pashat Deshatari Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Manasas Chandrama Jato Buddhir Buddhe Giram Pati Ahankara Stato Rudraha Chittam Chaita Tato Abhava. After the mind, the moon appeared, intelligence appeared next, and after intelligence, Lord Brahma appeared. When the false ego appeared, then Lord Shiva, then after the appearance of Lord Shiva came consciousness and the deity presiding over consciousness. Hare Krishna, everybody. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, audio is fine. Okay, thank you. False ego. Today's topic is false ego. So how do you define false ego? False ego means false identification, false identity. And what is the false identity? This is the question. We are not after, many people say, philosophers or so-called spiritualists say, we should not have ego. Correct? But they forget one point, we should not have false ego. Just like we say we are servant of Srila Prabhupada, that is real ego. That's not false ego. I am a spirit soul, part and parcel of Krishna. That is real ego. There is a very interesting shloka in Bhagavad Gita. I used to wonder actually first long time, how does it lead to devotion? Chatushloki, Bhagavad Gita, first shloka. What is the shloka? Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattaha sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam bhuta bhava samanvitaha. Aham sarvasya prabhavo. It says, Krishna says, if you understand that I am origin of everything and therefore everything is coming out, matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante ma. If you understand this, you will worship me bhuta bhava samanvitaha, with great devotion. I really wonder how that will help. इससे क्या फायदा होगा? Aham sarvasya prabhu, mera sort of I will become fully devoted to the Lord and worship in the great devotion. I could not really understand the full deep meaning in the shloka. Because if you understand you are part and parcel of Krishna, your false ego vanishes. False ego comes, ahankar kab aata hai? When I'm thinking I'm part of this world, then ahankara starts. The birth of ahankara is that I am a product of the material nature. Identification is very important. And our identity is actually changing. I'm a small child. I'm a big child. I'm youth. I'm working for this company. I'm this, I'm that. There is identity which is constantly changing. But actually the fact is, what is my eternal identity which does not change in any situation? Nitya, Siddha, Krishna, Bhakta. They're always an eternal servant of Krishna. That doesn't change. And if this eternal identity is understood, then person does only one thing. Shavanadi Shuddha Chitta Karaya Udaya. Nitya Siddha Krishna Bhakta Sadhika Vinaya Shavanadi Shuddha Chitta. If you keep hearing Krishna consciousness, chanting the holy names of the Lord, hearing the works of Srila Prabhupada, and as the Shavana Adi continues, Adi means other forms of devotion service, Karaya Udaya, in the heart, devotion to the Lord awakens. So the absence of false ego is the symptom of our spiritual advancement. How much I am spiritually advancing is shown by how much I am free from false ego. Ahankara vimudhatma kartaham iti manyate prakite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvashaha. So ahankar shabda, take it out. Kahan Gita mein? Ahankara vimudhatma kartaham iti manyate. Aur koi shlok mein ahankar shabda? हाँ? भूमि आप अनलो वायु खम मनो बुद्धि एवचा अहंकार इतियम में भिन्ना प्रकृति अष्टदा. ठीक है, दो और कोई श्लोक भगवद गीता में अहंकार ढूंढो. हाँ, Adambitvam amanitvam. That is similar meaning. So anyway, keeps. So ahankara shabda is actually false identity, false identification, and leads to ahankara. इसको तो बहुत अहंकार है. So you see, that requires realizations. Because of false identity is there, we find all the problems. Krama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, they all come from false identity. So many things will vanish. And this ahankara is blocking my spiritual bliss, my spiritual happiness. Srila Prabhupada is, see, it's not easy. Prakriti Krama, everything is happening by material nature or by the mercy of Krishna, but I take the credit. That's the problem. You see, Bhagavad Gita, Srila Prabhupada writes, let us see from Prabhupada's life, our hero, good examples, absence of false ego. Then let us come back to philosophy again. When Srila Prabhupada is going in a cargo ship, okay, first thing, in India when Srila Prabhupada was there, he was many times mentioned it to his friends that my Guru has given me a very difficult mission. He was aware of almost impossible task the Guru has given. He was aware of that. And he was always praying from mercy of Krishna, mercy of Vaishnavas, to empower him to do that service. And then when he's in the cargo ship, we see that he writes a famous prayer and he says, I don't have any knowledge, I don't have any devotion, nothing I have, but I have full faith in the holy name of the Lord. You see, there is absence of false ego. Dina, hina. He signs a letter in a very humble attitude. And then you see that he's an acharya, if you took in a deep way. And he's in America. People have neglected him till 70 years of his life. Just imagine, we go anywhere, if people don't notice us, people don't recognize us, people don't honor us, we become very angry. That's our nature. Anywhere we enter, we want everybody should get up. Hare Krishna. That's the nature. But then, nobody in this world recognized him except his Guru. Even his wife did not recognize him. He did not become angry. Look at it. What spiritual position he is in, what spiritual authority he has. Senapati or Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But 70 years is almost a life anybody lives. People just neglected his existence. But he never became upset about it. Very good. It's not easy. It's not going to be easy. Will it be easy? You are the Jagat Guru of the world, you know. You know all that. You know. And people neglected your whole life. Whole life. Nobody looked at you. Nobody listened to you. You were rather An Acharya, a Senapati of Sri Chaitanya is going house to house in Delhi. Please take this magazine. Nobody is looking at it. Like, kya hai? So many people would have done that. Now, when we go book distribution, in fact, book distribution service is the best service to make a person humble. Wonderful service. Can you sell a book like that? Hey, take this book. Slap you. Sir, take this book. It's a wonderful service, actually. So anyway, Srila Prabhupada was personally doing that. An Acharya, empowered representative of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shakti Avatara. More Srila Prabhupada did not reveal. In fact, in our parampara, everybody revealed. Srila Prabhupada was silent. He did not reveal. So imagine he's an Acharya. Just imagine you are in that position. An Acharya who was in touch with Krishna at every moment. People are neglecting his existence. He never got hurt. People spoke so many things. He ignored. True, he used to write in his Back to Godhead magazine. But in his behavior, he was so humble. He was sitting outside the office of Sumati Morarji. He requested, please give me a ticket. I want to go to America. Correct? And she neglected him. Swamiji, at this age, you will die. But everything. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He sat outside the office, just chanting. And the servant of Sumati Morarji said, Swamiji is not going. He's still waiting for your permission. Then she was a Vaishnavi. She was a Vaishnava from Vallabha Sampradaya. She felt bad. She called Swamiji inside again. Swamiji, okay, you go. Imagine an Acharya is being neglected. Hey, you cannot go. And he is still sitting. Imagine. And in front of whom? A one conditioned soul in this world. Please give me permission. Look at the humility. We have achieved nothing. We are nothing, not even an insect in front of Srila Prabhupada. We have so much ahankara. I think we'll be very upset. क्या है? अपने को क्या समझती है ना? मेरे को permission नहीं दिया. और here is an Acharya. क्या accomplishment चाहिए? He has already won the heart of Krishna. He achieved everything already. He has won the heart of his Guru. है ना? उनको क्या achievement चाहिए? That is the real achievement of life. Srila Prabhupada, with his pure devotion and service, has captured the heart of Krishna. What accomplishment he needs? He has accomplished everything now. Anna? Your accomplishment will be if you can find some little place in Prabhupada's heart. Your life is successful. What we can achieve? Anna? By his unlimited devotion service, Srila Prabhupada has conquered Krishna's heart. Can we find little place in Srila Prabhupada's heart? That's it. Life will be successful. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasada. Then our life is successful. So imagine an Acharya like this, so humble, sitting outside. Small conditioned soul and is chanting. Will she give permission? It's not, I don't think it will be possible for us to. When you know who you are, he knows who is he. Such a huge devotional service of giving love of Krishna to the whole world. He's not an ordinary person. He knows who is he. And then still he's sitting so humbly outside the office of someone. Please help me. And then when he's gone to America, you see that when he lands up in New York, very soon he's in New York, again he's neglected. And not only that, the situation around him is obnoxious. He has to share a room with a drug addict, with the person who came to even attack him one day. And he's walking on the road. Both sides of the road, there used to be people who are drunk and drugged. He was living in the beginning in a very humble place. And still, they will see Prabhupada coming out of respect. They will give little way. Okay, go. Living in a very, just like a slum of India, living in a very difficult position. Still, he's peaceful. He's recording his introduction to Bhagavad Gita. And then the movement has started. The movement is going all around the world. Movement has exploded. And Prabhupada is writing in Bhagavad Gita introduction. What does he say? He says, people say I've done wonderful, but actually I have no credit in this matter. If there is any credit, It goes to my guru who ordered me to do this thing. So number one, to come out of false ego is that meditate on your identity. My identity is I am a servant of Krishna. I am not product of this world. I am not product of this country. I am not product of the state. I belong to Krishna as a spirit soul. That will remove false ego. Second thing which will remove false ego, we keep meditating, is that always know I am doing everything on order of Krishna. Order of my guru, I am doing. Like the beautiful example we see of Yudhishthira Maharaj. Now Yudhishthira Maharaj, his position is very nice. He has won the war. So he can be full of pride. Maar diya sabko. But no. He's saying, I am not fit to rule. I have done so much sin. He is introspective. Duryodhana would not be in that position at all. Suppose the same situation Duryodhana was there, he will be full of pride. I finished the Pandavas, correct? Now I can rule with pleasure. No. Yudhishthira was so humble. He said, I have done unlimited sin. And Krishna was trying to console him. My dear Yudhishthira, no. Then he took, you have not done anything. He tried to, but he was not convinced. They took to Vedavyasa. Imagine, same Vedavyasa who wrote all the Vedic, he tried to convince him. That is, he's his grandfather also. Still refused to rule. Then he took him to Bhishma. And we always quote that. Bhishma said, Devi Achyuta Dharma Ashrayaha. You never did any sin, Yudhishthira. You're always guided by the Devatas, by the Shastra, by the Vipra Dharma Achyuta Ashraya. Vipra. By the Brahmanas, and always by the religion, always by Krishna. Where there is sin in your life is sinless, Bhishma said. Please, people are helpless now. They're helpless. The world needs a leader. Please take up the throne. An order of his grandfather, he accepted. He said, his grandfather says, very difficult to understand how this pure, my grandchildren suffered so much. How this Queen Kunti, his almost like granddaughter, she suffered so much. Krishna's plan is so difficult to understand. Here is Yudhishthira, here is Arjuna, here is Bhima, such wonderful people. But they suffered so much. He was speaking with great affection, with tears of joy, seeing that his great grandchildren had taken the throne. Now, he was very happy actually for them, very happy for them. And then he gave direction to Yudhishthira how to rule and take up the throne. Still Yudhishthira, after this, goes to Dhritarashtra. Can I rule? And Dhritarashtra orders him, yes, rule, you rule. So he took up the throne not on his own initiative. He took up the throne on the order of elders. Now this is totally different from the way the world exists today. Here, anybody does anything, it is out of his own pride, ahankara. Just like they go for interview. Do you know computer? No, sir, I don't know anything. What they will say? Get out. This process will not work today. Yudhishthira Maharaj is telling Krishna, I am not fit to rule. Do you think he will get the job? Suppose you go to an interview. They say, you know C++. Nothing. I'm not even a beginner. What they'll say? Get out. They're not going to keep you. It's so different actually. The person feels I'm unqualified, but I'm doing the job on the order. I'm not doing job because I have any qualification. Now this kind of attitude is actually free from false ego. Prabhupada always preach, when they ask Srila Prabhupada, why you come to America? My guru ordered me. That's all. Not that I was a great acharya, so I thought of showing to you people also. Like Keshav Kashmiri came to Navadip, he wanted to see anybody is there who can debate with him. I wanted to see if there is any philosopher in the country who can debate with me, Prabhupada said, why did you come? My guru ordered me. That's all. I came like a child, so innocent. And his whole life was on order of the Guru. When Prabhupada fell sick, he said, my Gurudev, I have now still finished your order. Please let me stay a little more in this world. And when he was finally leaving the world, he was so happy because he fulfilled the order of his Guru. The people asked him, why don't you stay? Prabhupada says, what is there to stay? I fulfilled the order of my Guru. He was very happy. Very, very happy. There is a very instance in the Srimad Bhagavatam, which I quoted before. I quote in this instance again. That's about Sati. So then Prabhupada says that actually a disciple also lives only after departure of Guru. He lives only to fulfill the order of the Guru, otherwise no. Just like we have the example of who is that? Kunti. Now Kunti stayed in the world because she had to take care of the 5 children. Otherwise, she didn't want to stay in the world anymore. Correct? Other Madhuri, she did sati with the husband. But she stayed only to take care of the children. Otherwise, she had no desire to stay. Now, just imagine this now. It's easy to speak, huh? Prabhupada says, a disciple lives only to fulfill the order of Guru. Otherwise, he has no desire to live any longer. After the Guru departs, he does not want to live any longer. He just lives to fulfill the order of the Guru. Can you imagine that kind of identification? And it is proven by the situations. Like Yudhishthira Maharaj, when he came to know Krishna has left the world, when he understood that now is the time for him to go back to Krishna, because he was only there for Krishna's orders. He asked Arjuna, can you go to Dwarka? What is the next instruction? Krishna told me to rule. I'm doing my job. I think 30 plus years Yudhishthira ruled and converted earth to Vaikuntha. 32 or 36, something like that. He converted earth to Vaikuntha. No anxiety, everybody was peaceful, very happy. Whole world was extremely happy, and Bhagavatam is the description of the Vaikuntha Yudhishthira created. Like Ramarajya. Everybody was very peaceful and very happy. So Arjuna, can you go? What is the next order of Krishna? Because he is only living for order of Krishna. And Arjuna came. Krishna has gone back to Vaikuntha. What? Really? He did not look at the 4 brothers who were always with him, not his wives, nothing, just walked out of the palace. Because he can't live without Krishna. So actually Pandavas are very pure devotees. Now you just see, if he had any identification with I'm a great king, I'm wonderful, and he had any possession of his kingdom, would not have been able to do that. Akinchana, Tvam Akinchana, Gochara, he was not possessing anything. So situations will test us, whether we have developed ahankara. And introspective person will be able to identify. I've got pride. It's very deep, very, very deep to actually come out of this situation. We see Bali Maharaj, another test and example. These are all, we can't even dream the situation. Bali Maharaj was very powerful king, so big that even Indra Asana he took away. He was Trilokeshwara. Trilokeshwara. And then what happened? Vamandev came and took away everything. Took away everything. Not only that, took away his army also and tied him outside the place, his own palace, with a rope of Vasuki. And after that, he rebuked him publicly. Just imagine, king means, can you rebuke a king? Can you insult a king? No. But the same personality is becoming insulted in public, and Vamandeva is testing him actually. He says, Bali Maharaji, you are a cheat. You said you will give me 3 steps, you gave me only 2. Imagine he is being publicly insulted. Can you imagine? In 5 minutes, all your wealth is taken away. Correct? All your army is taken away. You are arrested and public being insulted. Whatever we have today, we will not be able to handle. But the Devatas were showering flowers. Look at this person. Bhagavatam says that. Look at this person. Look at this person. Everything has been taken away from him. Still is thinking how to satisfy Vamandev. When Prahlad Maharaj came at this instance, His head was down in shame. My dear grandfather, you could satisfy Narasimha Deva with his beautiful prayers. But here, same Narasimha Deva has come, but I'm unable to satisfy him. I have given away what I have, but he's still angry at me. And he's thinking something is wrong with me. And he then offers his life. My Lord, take the third step on me. Because owner of the property is greater than the property. So I still there. One step is there. You can take my life. He finally offers his own life. But look at it. The point was discussed is that he was not at all. He had no false ego. So you can take situations one after another of so many great personalities. No false ego. We have another example of Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada. He was sitting on a Vyasasana and taking Vyasa Puja. So people are doing Aarti for him, worshipping him and glorifying him. So he saw some people at the back standing and looking at him very strangely. So Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada said, I know when he was giving his class, some of you may feel very strange that why this man is sitting and taking worship like this. I'm just doing the service on the order of my Guru, Gaur Krishna Babaji Maharaj, who can deliver the whole world, is such a great Acharya. On his order, I'm doing the service. So it's very difficult. True? So our identification, I am living just to fulfill the orders of Srila Prabhupada. I'm not product of the material world. And to receive real knowledge. In Bhagavad Gita, there are various elements are given to receive real knowledge. And the first thing is Adambitvam, Amanitvam. If you want to receive, real knowledge is not different from Krishna. If you want to receive real knowledge, our heart has to become like that. We have Haridas Thakur. Again, reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Somehow Krishna forces me to read little. Yesterday night we were reading, so beautiful. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was going to Jagannath Puri, so Haridas Thakur says, my Lord, I am from a low-born birth. I am so sinful. How will I meet you now? You are going to Jagannath Puri. Because he knows he cannot enter the Jagannatha temple. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Haridas, your humility breaks my heart. Please stop this. I'll make some arrangement for you. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went there, after his quarters were done, first thing he looks for a place for Haridas Thakur. He asks, gets a place for him. And not only that, every day he used to come to meet him after the darshan was over of Jagannath Puri. Personally, Jagannatha used to come in front of Haridas Thakur. And those who visited Jagannath Puri, you remember that? He also made a tree there to give him shade when he chanted. So you're personally taken care. But we see what is the great quality, humility. So even Guru Parampara is like that. What is Guru Parampara? Dasa dasanu, dasa dasanu, dasa dasanu, dasa dasanu, dasa dasanu, dasa dasanu, 32 times. Correct? This is only the prominent members of mentioned. There are more there. But you are saying dasa dasanu, dasa dasanu, dasa dasanu, dasa. That is a spiritual word. And actually, if you look at the spiritual word, it is in a different way. And sometimes we don't understand because very funny word. Radharani serves, see, at the end you want happiness. But we thought we can become happy by imitating Krishna. That's false ego. That will make me happy. If I get a position like Krishna, that's the proper height of false ego is I am God. At the height of ahankara. So we go to the spiritual world, and in the spiritual world, if you see, the world is so beautiful. The Radharani serves Krishna, and in service to Krishna, she enjoys more than Krishna. Therefore, Krishna comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to experience that happiness. The gopis serve Radharani, and in that process enjoy more than the Radharani. The Sakhis serve the gopis, in that process enjoy more than the gopis. Happiness expend every time thousands of times. So you want to be happy, actually dasa dasana dasa is the principle. We think I'll be happy if I become Krishna. Because Krishna wants to study the happiness of the Radharani and of the devotees. How they are feeling so happy. He says, In Chaitanya Charitamrita, the internal reasons for appearance. He said, when Radharani is serving me, I cannot imagine the happiness she has. What are the qualities in me which attract her so much? Why in an interaction she has so much love and happiness? What is it actually? And that's why the Krishna becomes curious and takes a form of in which in the mood of Radharani, Krishna comes in this world. So the principle is that actually my happiness enhances when I give up my false ego and become servant. Therefore, Prabhupada in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita says, actually Sarupa of everybody is his servant. Artificially we feel we are the master, just like a typewriter. Now the typewriter will only do work of typing, you take it anywhere, cut, 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 cut. That's the only thing it can do, cut, 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 only thing. You take in heaven and here. Similarly, my nature is servant. So if I serve Krishna, I'll be very happy. But if I serve my ahankara, I'll be unhappy. My real identity is I'm a servant of Krishna. I accept that, I'll be very happy. But if I still maintain ahankara, I'll not be happy. It will not lead me to happiness. And anyway, I'm serving. I'm serving Kama Krodha, I'm serving them. Instead of that, let me make a decision, a voluntary decision, that I'll serve Krishna. That is voluntary decision. Because by the way we are, by the ahankara that we have, we continue to serve Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Matsarya. We continue to serve my country, my family, my society, whatever, whatever. But if I serve Krishna, I'll be happy. This is a voluntary decision. You have to make the choice. And then life becomes successful. Then I am slowly. So Prabhupada is saying here in the purport some very beautiful instruction. That is, ahankara is not easy to get out. But as you keep chanting, Cheto Darpana Marjanam, the heart gets purified, purified, purified. And this ahankara is then, mind is washed, intelligence is sharp, and ahankara becomes dissolved. And then I am able to identify myself as a servant of Krishna, and my life becomes successful. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Krishna
Prabhuji, thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Krishna
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
So much, Prabhuji. Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you, everybody. Pancha kalpada rupascha kripa sindhava evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnava